2018, a strange story began circulating among security professionals online. Most dismissed it as fiction, others claimed it was based on a real incident. The story centered around a night security guard named Daniel Brooks and a camera feed that seemed to break the laws of time itself. Daniel worked the overnight shift at a five-story office building on the outskirts of a quiet industrial park. The job was uneventful. Most nights consisted of routine patrols, checking locked doors, and watching dozens of camera feeds from a small security office in the basement. The building housed accounting firms, insurance agencies, and a handful of technology companies. By midnight, every office was dark. For nearly 3 years, nothing unusual had happened. Then one night, something appeared on camera 12. The camera monitored a hallway on the third floor. As Daniel scanned the monitors, he noticed a janitor's cart sitting near the elevators. At first, he didn't think much of it, but something felt wrong. He had walked that floor less than 10 minutes earlier and distinctly remembered the hallway being empty. Assuming he had somehow missed it, he radioed the cleaning crew. Nobody answered, so he headed upstairs to investigate. When he arrived, the hallway was empty. No cart, no equipment, nothing. Daniel stood there for a moment, confused. Then he returned to the security office. The cart was still visible on camera 12, exactly where he had seen it before. 5 minutes later, a janitor pushed the cart into view and parked it in the exact location shown on the monitor. The same position, the same angle, the same scene. At first, Daniel assumed the system was malfunctioning. Maybe the camera feed had become unsynchronized. Maybe an old recording was somehow playing back. But the next night, it happened again. A woman carrying a box appeared on camera 12. 5 minutes later, she arrived. Then a maintenance worker, then a delivery driver. Every event shown on camera 12 occurred exactly 5 minutes after it appeared on screen. Not 4 minutes, not 6. Exactly 5. Daniel became obsessed. Over the following weeks, he began testing the camera. He rolled a chair into the hallway. The chair appeared on camera 12, 5 minutes before he moved it. He waved at the camera. 5 minutes before raising his hand, the screen showed him waving. He even wrote messages on a whiteboard. The future feed displayed them before he had written a single letter. There was no explanation. Camera 12 wasn't delayed. It wasn't replaying old footage. It was somehow showing the future. A future exactly 5 minutes ahead. Most people would have reported it. Daniel didn't. Partly because he knew nobody would believe him, but mostly because he was fascinated. At first, he used it for harmless things. He could predict deliveries, know when employees would arrive early, watch people enter the building before they actually appear. The camera became a secret advantage. Then one night, it showed something different. At 2:13 a.m., Daniel glanced at camera 12 and saw a man walking slowly down the hallway. The stranger wore a dark jacket and kept his head lowered. Daniel immediately checked the live feed from the same hallway. It was empty. No one was there, yet. 5 minutes later, the stranger appeared exactly where the future feed had shown him. Every step matched, every movement matched. Daniel rushed upstairs. By the time he reached the third floor, the hallway was empty. The man had vanished. Building access logs showed no entries, no exits, no alarms. Nothing. Management reviewed every camera. No one could explain where the stranger had come from or where he had gone. The incident unsettled Daniel. For the first time, he began wondering whether seeing the future was actually a good thing. Still, he kept watching, night after night, waiting for answers. Instead, things became stranger. Objects would occasionally appear in the future feed that never arrived. A door would open but remain closed in reality. Shadows would move where no people existed. It was as if camera 12 was no longer showing a future. It was showing possibilities, possible futures, and some of them were wrong. Then came the final night. The night everything changed. At 1:47 a.m., Daniel looked up and froze. On camera 12, he saw himself. His future self was running down the hallway. Panic covered his face. He looked over his shoulder repeatedly as if something was chasing him. Daniel watched himself stumble. His future self crashed to the floor and began crawling backward, desperately trying to get away from something beyond the edge of the frame. The camera never showed what he was looking at, only his reaction, pure terror. Then the feed went black. 5 minutes remained. 5 minutes before the scene would occur. Daniel sat motionless. Every instinct told him to leave, to walk out of the building and never return. But another thought kept nagging at him. If the camera always showed the future, maybe he could stop whatever was coming. Maybe this was a warning. So he left the security office and headed for the 3rd floor. The building was silent. The elevator ride felt endless. When the doors opened, the hallway appeared completely normal. Bright lights, empty corridors, no sign of danger. Daniel slowly walked toward the spot he had seen on the monitor. For a moment, he began to relax. Then he heard footsteps behind him. Slow, heavy, measured. He turned around. Nobody was there. The hallway stretched empty in both directions. The footsteps continued. One step, then another, growing closer. Daniel started walking faster. The unseen footsteps matched his pace. He broke into a run. The footsteps followed, louder now, much closer. He reached the exact location where he had watched himself fall. And suddenly every light in the hallway went dark. The building lost power for exactly 23 seconds. When electricity was restored, Daniel Brooks was gone. No body was ever found. No signs of struggle. No evidence of an intruder. The official investigation concluded that he had voluntarily disappeared. But one detail was never explained. The security system remained operational during the outage, and camera 12 captured one final image. Investigators found it the next morning. The frame showed the hallway completely empty, except for a tall, dark figure standing motionless at the far end. Its face couldn't be identified. Its features were blurred, but it appeared to be staring directly into the camera. The timestamp on the image was 5 minutes before the power outage began. 5 minutes before anyone had seen it. And 5 minutes before Daniel Brooks vanished forever.